Uh, I think he's right. We have here a new challenge. Is a tough one. For me, it's the biggest challenge in football because we are in a difficult situation, and I already said that this is one of the biggest clubs in the world. So this is really a new challenge and the biggest one. And I hope all my players are ready for this new challenge.
So you didn't interpret that as he wanted a new challenge elsewhere, and have you spoken to Marcus about the
interview?
No,
not yet. Not yet. It was yesterday. I gave a day off to the lads. So he's our player, and he is ready to the next game.
Ruben, you, having left someone with as bigger profile as Marcus, do you have to then talk to him about his future and your future, or do you just kind of go on the training pitch, expect him to be there, and whatever happens behind the scenes in terms of whether he's part of your squad or not just happens?
I spoke with a lot of players individually and during trainings. What I want is to take the best of Marcus Rashford as all the players. So I don't talk about the future, I just talk about the present. I want the best of each one of them, and that is the key point for me. I just want to win and to help the team to be better. So we are better with Marcus Rashford, and that's simple. And we try different things to push Marcus to the best level that he's shown in the past. So that's all.
So it sounds from what you're saying, both then and Simon's question, that you'd be quite happy for Marcus to stay here and be part of what you're trying to build, to buy into what you're trying to build.
Of course, because this kind of club needs big talent, and he's a big talent. So you just need to perform at the highest level, and that is my focus. I just want to help Marcus.
When there is a lot of concern over a player's future like Marcus, what impact might that have on the rest of the squad? How concerned are you about the other players? What message do you need to get across?
I think they are more simple than that. They focus on their job. Everyone, they are all the players. I was a player, and we are a little bit selfish. So they are focused on their job to win the place in this team. So I think there is not even an impact in the team.
And in terms of Marcus and Garnacho, are they both likely to be involved against Spurs tomorrow?
We have one more training, but it is the same situation of all the other players. If they train well, then I have to make a choice. We will see in the end of the training.
Would you expect a response from both of them on the park to sort of make a point of view?
Of course. I expect the best of each player every day. So we'll see after the training.
Thank you. Ruben, I know you need to have that conversation with Marcus before you make your decision at the weekend's game, but if you do find out that a player wants to leave the club, would he be a part of the dressing room? Would you want to play like that around until January?
This is in the future. My focus is that to have all the players in the best that they can be to prepare each game. So we are talking about if there is no if in this kind of club. It's just Tottenham, and let's focus on the game.
Hi Ruben. I understand, fully that you say you want to get Marcus to his best level, him to stay here. But when a player says he's effectively ready to leave, if he's going to get to his top level here, he's got to have full commitment, he's got to have full focus. Can you realistically expect that from a player who has come out and said, "I'm ready to leave"?
I cannot say more from that interview or speak more about Rashford. I'm focused on the team. What I expect is every day, all the players during the training, outside the training, the engagement with the players. I talk about the way that they dressed. I was just making a point. I don't know how they dress. I see him as with a kit, just with a kit. I don't know how they eat. I'm not looking at the plate. So it was to make a point, and that is a good question to put that. I don't care how my players dress. It was to make like a real focus on the detail. What I can say is that I expect the best of each one of them to prepare the game. And that's what we are doing to try to demonstrate to the players. The rest we will have time to address, My focus is to take the best of Marcus and take the best of our players.
Can you realistically, in your mind, get that focus?
I don't control that. It's not my. What I can control is the way I see things, to take my players to the games, into the trainings. That is my focus. The rest I don't control. That is Marcus and Harry Maguire part and all the players. So my focus is to set the standards, to see if the players can do it, and then prepare the games. That is my focus. That part I cannot answer.
Mark. Ruben, one of the other issues you've had to face over the last few days is the issue of team leaks. Are you going to do anything differently in preparation for this game? Are you going to speak to the players about it to help prevent it?
Nothing. And nowadays, all the coaches knows about because I explain a lot of things about the team, the way we play, I want to play, the positioning, etc. But I say that because I understand that the coaches have that information just to see one time Manchester United play. So I'm not really worried about that, and I also cannot control that. So I will do the same things, I prepare the same games, because for me it's more important for my players to go to the game with a clear idea how to do it, than try to hide something to protect the leaking of the starting 11. That is not my focus. I'm not really worried about that.
Samuel.
Hi Ruben, how's Alejandro reacted to the disappointment of not being in the squad on Sunday? Have you spoken to him?
Really good. Trained really well. He seems a little bit upset with me, and that is perfect. I was really happy, because I will do the same. And he's ready for this game, so we'll see in the end of this training.
Was Marcus upset as well?
Marcus was sick in this first training, but he trained really well in the day of the game.
Chris.
Hi Ruben, just on Marcus again, have you spoken to Jason and the club, and is the club stance that they want Marcus to stay here long term?
No, I didn't speak with them. The interview was yesterday. I'm focused on Tottenham. I didn't have the time. My focus is to prepare the team for Tottenham.
The club knew about that or not, they probably didn't, but then the manager comes out and has his say in the press conference, which you have to realise that he's got an asset to protect as well in terms of the football club, so they'll be looking to try and get the best fee possible, so he can't come out and say too much against him or what he's said. So I guess they'll come to an agreement and they'll work out what's best for both parties.
What do you think that the response would be from his teammates for him coming out and saying that maybe he needs a fresh start?
I would imagine he's got a lot of friends in the dressing room, so they may understand that. I know how dressing rooms work. He was obviously very frustrated that he wouldn't have been in the team at the weekend or in the squad. But you've got to understand it from a manager's point of view. He's come in to a team. He's been hired to try and find a format in a successful way. So he's got to look at different options, and he's chosen to leave him out. And they've won the game, which ultimately is the best answer for the manager. So he can sort of say to the players, and the players can understand where he wants to go with that football club. And I think the size of the club, then he can't afford to carry any passengers.
It's been spoken a lot from the club's perspective so far, but do you think for Marcus Rashford, the player, that a fresh start seems to be the right thing, given the way his form has dipped off in the last 18 months or so?
Well, I think there's no doubt about it. There's huge ability and talent in Marcus. We've seen that when he scored over 30 goals. We haven't seen that for a while now, which has been difficult, I guess, for him. I don't know his personal life. I don't know what's going on in the dressing room or what's going on at home, if anything. So it's really difficult to comment. And I think certainly with the way players are and attitudes are nowadays, then they'll come to some agreement and they'll do what's best for the football club, as what always.
I think Marcus has been obviously a brilliant player, and I think he's probably got his troubles. I mean, I interviewed him before the cup final a year or two ago, when he was on form and things were going well. But even then, you could sense there's a deepness to him, and so I hope he's okay, first and foremost. I think that's important, because we don't really all understand the circumstances of footballers sometimes, and it's easy to you know, have a opine on people and have opinions, but you know, he's obviously his form's been troubled. He's not been as special as he can be in the last 18 months or so. So whether a parting of the ways is inevitable or not, I don't know. I hope he rallies and performs well, because you know, he's a big player, and Manchester United's a huge football club. And Amorim has, you know, he said he wants him to battle on and keep going. So hopefully that will happen. But there comes a time sometimes when perhaps a parting of the ways is necessary. I don't know whether it's reached that or not.
How much do you think it's connected to the churn at Manchester United, and for the fact that so long tactically they've sort of looked a little bit aimless and you're not quite sure what they're trying to achieve?
Well, I think United have struggled for some time, and I think sometimes we judge the players when, you know, things are not going well on the pitch. It makes it more difficult for people to shine. So, you know, they've gone through a particularly tough spell, United, over the last couple of years, really, with the exception of winning the FA Cup. But I think overall, you know, it'd be interesting to see if they can get a manager that gets them going, and then the players' confidence will bounce back. We've seen it at Chelsea this season. Last season, you looked at some of the players on the pitch that are now performing really well, and they're performing really poorly. It just shows how important confidence is, and a little bit of momentum. So that might happen with the new manager. We'll have to wait and see. But obviously there's been a lot wrong at Manchester United. Their recruitment's been really poor, particularly in recent times. You know, the amount of money they spent with under Ten Hag that they've brought in. The club's under not new ownership, but a different kind of ownership with Jim Ratcliffe moving in. But so far, it's, well, I don't think it's unsafe to say it's been fairly shambolic at times. But you know, it takes time, and they'll need some time because they're a long way behind at the moment.
Ya saltan 1K y el Barrio. Es determinante cuánto daño puede hacer el conjunto de 1K, sobre todo con Granero en esas primeras de cambio en la salida de escalera. Así que esa parte del partido va a ser absolutamente clave para el equipo de Iker Casillas. Por cierto, felicitar porque ha venido una buena afición de 1K.
Que desatasca un poco el partido, ¿no? Con centros, ojo ahí, ese golpeo, el remate, ¡gol! ¡Mar Valiente! ¡Gol! Del Barrio, marca Mar Valiente. Esa banda izquierda que es terreno de los cañonazos de Granero, a la que tengo un mínimo de espacio, le pega Granero. Bueno, pues es decirlo, y ahí lo tenemos. El tema es que el remate le ha salido centrado. Abraham, buena pelota, banda derecha. Vamos a ver qué hace ahí Fran Rodríguez. Se mete en el área, sigue Fran. ¡Qué bien, Fran! Se va de dos, el remate, ¡fuera!
¡Chicos!
A ver si acierta. ¡Claro que
Mira
sí!
que...
Busca el Barrio el segundo. ¡Manda Archer!
¡Dios! ¡No, no, 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 no! Madre mía, qué parada. Y a centímetros del remate, ¿eh?
No, la reacción ha sido impresionante. ¡El disparo! ¡Madre de Dios! ¡Otro que vuela! ¡Otro más! Que está la pelota para John de la Cruz, la quiere levantar, vuelve a pegar la pelota en el cuerpo de un jugador del Barrio, el remate con la puntera y acaba deteniendo a Gerard Vacas. Será córner favorable a 1K. Bueno, a ver.
Gol doble.
Gol doble. A ver, saque de banda. Balón puesto en movimiento, intentaba rematar Mar Valiente, el remate, ¡gol! ¡Bauer! ¡Gol! ¡Del Barrio! ¡Le pegó con el alma! ¡Bauer!
Y es...
¡Penalti
¡Madre
normal!
mía lo de los penaltis!
¡Penalti normal!
Ponme el 5.
¡Gol de Fran Fuentes! El equipo de Juan Arroita, que no ganaba un encuentro con esta tranquilidad, entre comillas, al final, con un margen tan amplio, con 2 goles dobles que han hecho pasar el partido del 0-3 al 0-7.
Paufer, ha costado, pero por fin ha llegado esa victoria tan deseada con goleada.
Ha costado mucho. Pero bueno, le damos emoción hasta el momento final, recta final, y ahora, pase lo que pase con Pío, nos lo jugaremos contra ellos.
Eso te iba a decir, pase lo que pase con Pío, la semana que viene, o ellos, o tú, o tu ex equipo, o tú.
Bueno, o el Barrio o ellos, pero sí. La vida, yo qué sé, no sé, son cosas muy raras que suceden, pero ahí estaremos. Ahora estoy en el Barrio, así que espero que gane el Barrio.
Enhorabuena y a disfrutarlo.
Gracias.